How many of you seen this photograph before? Or this one? They're both famous photographs of the same boy taken at the same time. The first one I saw was part of the opening sequence for the World at War documentary series, which was first broadcast in 1973. The World at War documentary series was a 26-episode British documentary chronicling the events of the Second World War. It was the most expensive documentary ever produced, narrated by Laurence Olivier and included music composed by Carl Davis. Considered a benchmark at the time, it's well worth a watch if you haven't seen it. This shows the boy's photograph as it appears in the opening sequence, with the fire burning through the photographs revealing the one underneath, whilst Carl Davis's music plays in the background. I remember watching the World at War series as a young child, and even then I remember this photograph more than all of the other ones because of the haunted look on the young boy's face. I can only show a very short clip of the opening sequence of this documentary because of copyright reasons. This photograph was taken by the American photographer Tony Frissell. Born in 1907 in New York, Frissell had originally been a fashion photographer and portrait photographer, working for Harper's Bazaar and Vogue. In 1941, when America joined the war, Frissell volunteered her photographic services to the American Red Cross. Later, she worked for the 8th Army Air Force and became the official photographer of the Women's Army Corps. She travelled to the European front twice, and her first picture to be published in Life magazine was in 1940, showing a bombed-out London. In the photo, he's sitting outside where his house used to be. Frissell said regarding this picture, "I was told he'd come back from playing and found his house a shambles, his mother, father and brother dead under the rubble." He was looking up at the sky, his face an expression of both confusion and defiance. The defiance made him look like a young Winston Churchill. Although the photograph wasn't published until 1945, research suggests that it was actually taken in late 44. I have been unable to find the exact location, but if it was late 44 or early 45, it was probably a result of a V-2 rocket. These were supersonic rockets designed by the Germans that, because they were faster than the speed of sound, gave absolutely no warning at all. This would account for the reason that the boy's family had no chance to get into a bomb shelter or even an Anderson shelter in their back garden. This photograph was later used by IBM to publicise a show in London. The boy had grown up and become a truck driver after the war, and walking past the IBM offices, he recognised this picture and walked in and introduced himself. He was the sole member of his family to survive the war. Post-war, the photographer Frissell reverted back to fashion photography and portrait photography. She won many awards and had many famous pictures published. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, please think about giving it a like and subscribing for more short but interesting videos. Until the next time.